The obsolete game show host Chuck Woolery has exited from social media just for the moment, maybe. Maybe he'll be back. I think he's taking a break because he couldn't handle the truth when people were coming down on him. They were raining down on him after he just announced that his son tested positive for COVID-19. Now that sounds really mean. Why would they do that? Why would people be so mean to this dude? Well, it's because a few days ago, he tweeted that the most outrageous lies are the ones about COVID-19. Everyone is lying. The CDC, media, Democrats are doctors, but not all, but most that we're told to trust. I think it's all about the election and keeping the economy from coming back, which is about the election. I'm sick of it, right? So that was a big deal because not just because some random obsolete game show host tweeted it, but because President, aka Prophet Trump, retweeted it. Now, you may be asking yourself, why would the President of the United States retweet something that an obsolete game show host tweeted about this that sounds like a conspiracy theory sort of thing? Now, does Chuck Woolery have a degree in medicine? Is he a research scientist? How does he know that the CDC is lying? What are they lying about? The media? I mean, it's pretty easy to say that the media is just lying about something. They mislead and lie, I guess you could say, about many things. But what specifically about COVID-19? That it's bad? That it has the potential to kill a lot of people? I mean, there's some people who don't want to accept that, and now we're having the worst epidemic ever. Like every day to eat, there's like so many people coming down with COVID, and all kinds of doctors talking about how the morgue, shelves are like overloaded with bodies and stuff. And he also talks about the Democrats are lying about it. Our doctors are lying about it. Like, how the F does Chuck Woolery know all this? Like, seriously, how does he know this? And we're told to trust them, but we can't. But what did you know, Chuck Woolery? What insight did you have? What insight do your political buddies have? You guys are the ones who've actually made this into a political thing because you're politicizing an epidemic. No one said that the Republican Party was going to be liable for everything that happens because there's a global pandemic. The only thing that now it looks like your party is liable for is just making up a bunch of bullshit about something that's literally affected the entire world. And we're supposed to be a leader nation in this world, and we're handling this like a shithole country, which you say you don't like that. You don't like a shithole country, but you're literally turning this into a shithole country with your ignorance and your stupidity. It wasn't on your thin-skinned leader, Prophet Trump. It didn't have to be all on him. Of course, it's going to be like, yeah, we're in a negative time. He's the leader. Maybe there's something from that. But this could have been his moment to shine if he would have taken the bull by the horns and dealt with this appropriately. But he didn't. He didn't. He chose and still chooses, in retweeting something like this. He's just politicizing the whole thing, making a joke out of it. He could have been a true leader. This could have been his moment, his shining moment. But of course, he just fades away. He wilts in the face of something that would require true leadership because he isn't a leader in action. He's a leader in words and speeches to idiots like Chuck Woolery. And then, after a few days later after this, he comes back and wants to talk about how his son tested positive for the virus. Now, of course, I wouldn't wish ill on anyone, regardless of their political affiliation, whatever they're doing, their outlook, their this, their that. I don't wish death on anyone, disease on anyone, none of that. So I don't have any personal satisfaction or happiness in the fact that Chuck Woolery's son tested positive. But like, of course, it's ironic. And of course, when you want to be out there in social media land, you're going to have a lot of Twitter people coming after you when it's on the heels of that stupid ass tweet that Chuck Woolery gave before. And then the president of the United States retweets something that is totally baseless without any factual backing. And that's the problem with a lot of these people. There's no factual backing. They make all kinds of sweeping statements about Marxism, about this, about that, about all this stuff that's going on, the boogeyman here, the boogeyman there, what people are trying to do here, and how they're going to bring this down. There's no facts to back it up, though. And when there are scientific facts to back up global warming, pollution, this pandemic, they just want to put their head in the ground, in the sand. And now look what's happening. Florida's overflowing with COVID-19. It's going crazy. It's just getting ill. And they're like, no, we will not wear masks. We will still not do anything. The CDC lied to us. The CDC. They have a vested interest in saying that there's a disease. Yeah, they're really bad. The Dems want the disease. Listen, man, it didn't have to be this way. We could have all come together. I mean, sure, no matter what way the Republicans would deal with it, Democrats would deal with it, there's obviously always going to be some political mudslinging and stuff, no matter what goes on. But this is incredibly negligent and idiotic and ridiculous. And now Chuck Woolery, the great Chuck Woolery from The Love Connection. I'm sure most of you, 99.9% of you, have no idea who he is or what that show was, but one would never have imagined that there would come a day when Chuck Woolery of The Love Connection, his opinions, his baseless opinions on a global pandemic would be retweeted by the President of the United States, who is not just technically the President of the United States, but is also a cult leader, a prophet of a cult that worships him. It is a hoax, everybody. Just everybody go back to what you were doing. Then you have that dumbass in Texas, whoever he was. I think the dude's like a lieutenant governor or something like that. He's some bigwig official in Texas who was talking about, we need to sacrifice ourselves for the economy. I don't mind if I die. Take out about 10% of everybody. It's okay. We gotta sacrifice ourselves for the economy because we wouldn't want capitalism to fail. Sacrifice your life for capitalism. Meanwhile, they're giving billions and trillions of dollars to the richest people ever and having very serious and lengthy deliberations about giving you another $1,200 for the year. Perhaps. Maybe $0.